We are back talking with Boston Marathon bombing survivor Rebekah Gregory. She's written a beautiful book called Taking My Life Back, and you certainly have. And when we went to break, we were discussing, you woke up, your mom was there in the hospital with you. You knew where your son was, but it was a long road ahead.
It was. I would initially spend 56 days in the hospital, and I went through 18 months of just surgery after surgery and recovery after recovery until I made the decision to amputate in November of 2014.
And why did you finally make the decision to amputate?
It's easy. It was like a bad boyfriend. I needed to get it out of my life. You know? All it was doing was holding me back. And so I wrote a breakup letter and I said, it's not you, it's me. And we had a going away party for it.
I mean, imagine the pain too of all those surgeries.
It was so painful. And I was in a bed or in a wheelchair for a year and a half of my life. And I was on 37 different medications. And year 26 and year 27 was spent like that. And so I said, you know what? I need to move on, and it's time to do something.
Well, part of the moving on was to go back to face these guys in court.
Yes.
Right? So in 2015, the trial came, the sentencing came about. Most people would be like, I can't wait to see this person. I'm going to go back and give them a piece of my mind. Were you afraid to see this individual?
I was, and it was only about a week after my amputation that the FBI came into my hospital room and said, hey, we need you to testify in the trial of the remaining bomber. And I'm like, oh, life is never boring now, right?
Right, isn't that the truth?
They said, you know, this is something you really need to do. And I thought about it, and I said, if my testimony can, you know, help them in any way, and that's what I wanted to do. And I was terrified, but I chose to let my determination outweigh my fear. And so I walked into the courtroom, and Twitter says I limped. I did not limp. I held my head up very high, and it was hard because just, you know, capturing the emotions of that day and then seeing all of everyone else's testimonies, it was just a very difficult process.
And weren't you mad? Like, weren't you so mad? I'm so mad for you.
Yeah.
I was
people.
Yeah, I was more mad when I heard everyone else talk, and he was just kind of sitting back in his chair, fiddling with his pencil, cracking jokes with his attorney. She's rubbing his back, and it was just very disrespectful.
It's disgusting. It's beyond disrespectful. It's disgusting.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And when it came down to the sentencing phase, so he had been convicted, they'd been convicted. It comes down to the sentencing phase, and I don't know if anyone at home knows this, but the judge many times allows victims and victims' families to say something during the sentencing phase, which will then help the judge decide what the sentence will be. And you wrote such a brave letter that you share in your book. It was so, the fact that you got up and were able to say that, would you mind sharing some of that with us?
Of course. It was awesome because I have not been a confrontational person. I've been, you know, the exact opposite my whole life. But I said, up until now, I have been truly scared of you. And because of this, fearful of everything else people might be capable of. But today, all that changed. Because this afternoon, I got to walk into a courtroom and take my place at the witness stand just a few feet away from where you were sitting. I was walking. Did you get that? And I explained all the horrific details of how you changed my life to the people who hold your life in their hands. That's a little scary, right? I realized I wasn't scared anymore. Sincerely, someone you shouldn't have messed with.
Wow.
That's the day.
Good for you. Good for you. And as Kim was alluding, and as you said, you had little angels all around you. This story actually got really more interesting, and life moved forward and blessed you with a little baby, yeah?
Yes, yes.
Tell us a lot of good baby news today.
Yes.
You were told you wouldn't be able to have children.
I was told I would never be able to have more babies because of my injuries in Boston. And not only did life bless me with a baby, but it blessed me with my incredible, amazing, wonderful husband.
Oh.
And my sweet Gregory.
I didn't know he was here.
This man.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
I know, he's wonderful.
What's the baby's name?
But Riley. And Riley scared us. I had a placenta abruption, and I almost lost my life again and almost lost her. She was born several months premature, and we spent some time in the NICU, but Riley is now 11 months old, thriving in every way. And we're getting ready to celebrate her first birthday, so we're very blessed.
Wow, you are.
You have managed to have some closure too. It's
Yeah.
2 years after the bombing, 6 months after losing your leg. You actually went back to Boston and you finished the marathon.
I did. I had never ran, remember, chocolate-covered pretzels, but for 26 years of my life, I expected to get out of bed and put 2 feet on the ground. And when I couldn't do that anymore, and when I reached for a prosthetic leg, I want to do everything on a fake leg that I didn't do on a real leg. And my life is so precious, and I just live for every moment. And I want to help people, and I've been given such a tremendous platform to make a difference, my small part. So I'm very grateful.
Thank you so much.
You were so
for
beautiful
being here.
inside and
Thank
out.
you so much.
And we have some, I heard some book giveaways to share with our audience. Information will be up on our Facebook page. And we are going to come right back.
Whew, what a show.
Wow. Wow.
Show today.
Wow.